Hi Pisces and Pisces rising. Here's your horoscope for October 2024. I'm astrologer Joseph Anthony. All right, you know that we're in a very big, important time in our existence here where we're going through a lot of changes, a lot of transformations. I talked about this at the beginning of 2024, how this fall season here in the Northern Hemisphere was going to be a very weird time. Now, this is a little weirder for you guys because we just had a lunar eclipse in your sign in September. And so that lit up this first house of identity and self. And what that suggested was some sort of change to your persona, your physical appearance, how others see you, your sense of self-worth. This is on the table right now. And as you can see here, we have Saturn and Neptune, your ruler, both in retrograde. So you're doing a lot of deep diving within yourself and trying to figure out your reality and who you are and what you want out of life. And that eclipse just amplified that energy even more. Okay, so you're in the middle of a transition right now, physically, emotionally, psychologically, your sense of self-worth, how others see you. Okay, nothing wrong with that. This is how the energy works. So, but this month it's a little trickier than most months because we have another eclipse right up here this month, and it's in the 8th house of transformation, and it's in Libra, and I'll get to that in a minute. But I'm giving you a little bit of an overview of what kind of energy we have coming in here this month. It is very strong, it is very chaotic, and it's affecting all the signs, Pisces, not just you guys. So if you're a Pisces sun sign or a Pisces rising sign, this is for you, and I'm using the Western astrology tropical whole house system. Again, this is a very general overview because everyone's birth chart and birth charts are completely different. So the energies are going to be in different houses or in different places. But this is still very accurate to give you an idea of what's going on. So this month we have some rough alignments coming in from Uranus and Pluto. We have some rough alignments. That's Venus. Venus and Uranus. We also have Pluto and Mars getting entangled. And we have some very tricky alignments that are coming into this new moon as well. So we start off the month. You're thinking about relationships, partnerships, and financial matters or investments, because this is very big here with this 8th house as the sun makes its way there. But on the 2nd, we have the solar eclipse in Libra lighting up this 8th house. So it's like a doorway that's opening up. And this is going to be at 10 degrees of Libra. So wherever that is in your actual birth chart, that's the area that gets lit up. And you need to pay attention to that area because this doorway opens up for the next 6 months to a year. It gives you time to change. So it's a slow process with eclipses. And so here we see the psychological side of your life. The side of your life that you have shared resources and partnerships and relationships. Financial investments are all on the table at this time. Now, this could be something really good for many of you. Maybe you're getting into new situations that involve these areas. This is also about sexuality as well. And so you might be thinking about your current partner and lack of sexuality, and maybe you need to increase that. So again, it's very general. This is the house associated with all this stuff. But for the most part, this is a very deep psychological house. And so this has a lot to do with Libra, which is about counseling and advising and finding balance in your life. Maybe you find yourself going to a therapist. Or, if you are a therapist, maybe you have people coming to you more. You're creating more business for yourself. So this doorway is opening up. Now, there are some tricky alignments to this new moon. And the first one is right here. Saturn in Pisces is in conjunct this new moon. So which means there's some unrealistic expectations, or you need to put some more effort into what it is you want to manifest or create with your business and yourself and your identity. And I know it's a little tricky because we have 2 planets in the first house that are retrograde, which is kind of like anchoring you down emotionally and psychologically. But Saturn is about karma. You must put the effort in order to get what you want, you see? And so this new moon is suggesting that if you put the effort in and you have a sense of direction where you're going, keep going in that direction and see what unfolds and adjust accordingly. Now, the other aspect it makes is Mars right here in Cancer. 15 degrees, this will be 10 degrees, so that's a square. So there's some major adjustment taking place either with your children, your love life, or a creative project. And maybe even thinking about moving, because Mars is in Cancer and the new moon also represents the possibility of a move. So there is definitely this tricky alignment, these two tricky alignments that are highlighting this energy where you will need to make a decision about your future, you see? And so that's what it means. Now, does that mean you rush into a decision this month? No need to make a decision this month because the energies are going to be really strong. So wait for the energy to die down a little bit, maybe in November. But this is setting the stage for some bigger changes on the horizon. Now, Jupiter goes retrograde in Gemini, right here in the 4th house of home, feeling, and foundation. So over the course of the next 4 months or so, Jupiter will be going backwards. So you'll be thinking about, am I in the right location? Do I need to move? Am I, around my family members enough? Do I need to go visit them? So you'll be questioning everything on the inside, because retrograde just means going within. So this is going to slow things down a little bit. And it may have something to do outside of your control, like the financial system or the political theater that's going on. These could be external events that are outside of our control that are causing these changes as well. It really depends on your own personal birth chart. But I'm giving you a little overview. Now, Pluto goes direct in Capricorn right here. There it is in stationary position. Now, not a big deal, because it's going to slowly move forward, but Pluto will get entangled with Mercury and the Sun this month and Mars, so causing again some major changes to your sense of direction, your friendships, your acquaintances, how you view the world. And again, like I said, it could have something to do with external forces outside of us. Could be weather related, could be markets, could be the political stuff. This is all being heightened as we go into October and November. So keep an eye on that, because here's Mercury squaring Pluto on the 12th and 13th. Mercury's about communication. It's in Libra, which is about balance and fairness, and it's squaring Pluto. So this could be an uncomfortable conversation that you have to have with somebody about a relationship, a financial matter, or a psychological well-being of some kind. So keep this in mind, because this is going to be strong energy coming in. So after the 12th, the energy is just off the charts, and it's affecting everyone, not just you guys, okay? So please don't take this personally, like it's only happening to you. Venus will be opposing Uranus, another big event that's taking place this month. Venus is about money and partnerships, and it's in Scorpio, the sign of power. And then we have Uranus, the unpredictable wild card, in the sign of values and money once again. So there could be some financial concerns here, or, where you're going with your current position or the opportunity that was presented for you. And it also could be the markets, the banks shut down, or some sort of craziness that's going on in the world at this time. I'm doing this video in the middle of September for October. So this could be any of that, but you'll feel the tension. You're one of the most psychic signs of the zodiac. And when these alignments come in, you guys feel it the most. Okay, so we have this going on here, but at the same time, we also have the Sun squaring Mars, which is causing tension. So you can see there's two major alignments here that are causing a lot of stress and tension for everyone. But you guys are feeling it, probably a lot as well. But please don't take it personally. Start meditating on, I realize I'm a spiritual being. I understand this energy, and it's affecting everyone. I'm not going to take it personally. And that would be my suggestion during these intense energies. The full moon in Aries doesn't help much either, sorry to say. And again, I'm not trying to be pessimistic here. I'm giving you realistic realistic aspects that you could prepare for, you see, psychologically, emotionally, the whole 9 yards. And so here we have the full moon, which represents the self, but it's in the 2nd house of income and values, and it's opposing the Sun in 24 degrees. So we're going to have 24 degrees, and they will be squaring Mars and Pluto as well. So we have this giant T-square that's developing around this full moon, which brings in a lot of tension and a lot of friction, especially between Mars and Pluto. Now, Mars is going to keep getting closer and closer to the opposition to Pluto. So this is going to be tension. I think it's going to be something to do with the politics, the military, governments, banks, something along those lines outside of our control is what I'm seeing here. But for you guys, yes, there will be pressure put on you to change in some way. So again, be smart. realize what's happening outside of your own personal life and, adjust accordingly to what's going on out there. Now, Venus enters Sagittarius, which is a little bit more helpful. It enters your 10th house of career, so this should help you a little bit. Venus in Sagittarius is definitely a little bit more optimistic, and so you might find a little more optimism here as Venus makes its way through the 10th house. If you're looking for a promotion or a job or a new client or whatever it is, this could absolutely help. And maybe you want to travel a little bit too. Just take a little short trip or something to alleviate some stress or concerns. That might be in the picture as well. But this is, it's a small amount of positive energy coming in because right around this time we have the Sun squaring Pluto. As you can see here, a couple of days after that, we have the Sun squaring Pluto. So once again, we're seeing a sense of direction being challenged, or authority figures, or something to do with a sense of, where you want to be, where you want to go. Could be a relationship that's really tricky here. Because this could be ego, this could be frustration, inner frustration, and of course we see Mars on the other end of all of this. Mars is getting closer and closer to the opposition to Pluto, so we're seeing power struggles here. Okay, and there it is right there, the T-square that's creating this power struggle within yourself, but within the community as well. So keep an eye outside of yourself and see what's affecting you. Could be family members, acting up. Could be emotions regarding a job, a situation, a child, whatever it is in your own personal life. The energy is getting very intense this time of this month. Now the Sun enters Scorpio, another water sign like yours. Again, a little bit more optimism returns because now you're in a water sign. And so the Sun going through the 9th house can be a little bit more optimistic, viewing the future with a little bit more optimism and seeing things for what they are and planning accordingly. Again, this could also represent traveling, learning, teaching. And so with the Venus here and the Sun here and with Mercury, you're finding a way out of this little maze that you may find yourself in. Okay, so very important to take care of that. But of course, the month is not going to be easy on us, as Venus will square Saturn on the 27th. Here's Venus in the career sector squaring Saturn in your first house. So once again, something to do with your job, your career, your title, advancements, authority figures. You may find yourself being challenged again in your work environment. Of course, the transiting moon will be in Virgo opposing this and squaring Venus. Again, does not suggest easy energy. I'm sorry to have to say this. And then, of course, we have Pluto also coming into a tighter opposition to Mars. So Mars and Pluto are tightening up as well. So as you can see here, friends, this is a rough month for every sign. And so I'm giving it to you straight so you could adjust accordingly, mentally, emotionally, psychologically, physically, whatever you have to do to prepare yourself. This is a tricky month. And it dives a little bit deeper into November because Mars will be exactly opposing Pluto, and I believe that's on the 3rd and 4th of November. So right away we start off November with this tricky energy. But I'll cover that next month. Anyway, do the best you can, Pisces. If you need some moral support, consider joining my free community. There's no obligation. You'll be around other like-minded souls, a lot of information, astrology, and so on. So I left the link down below. All right? Do the best you can, Pisces, and I look forward to talking to you next month. Bye for now.